Hello. So today I want to tell you about the game Lata. And this is the second game in what is going to be a 5-game series. This is from Portuguese designers, and each of these games features an industry that is integral to Portugal. The first game was Cafe. This is Lata, and the third one just came out called Oliva, all about being an olive farmer. And that one I am dying to try, but have not tried it yet. So in this one, it is about the canning industry, specifically sardines and mackerel. So in this game, it plays 1 to 4 players. And so far, both of the games that I've played, the solo modes are fabulous. So in this game, you are going to get one of these starting factories that will be yours, and you will place it in front of you. And then you will also have a little shield that you can put up that is also going to serve as your player aid, but will keep some things secret from players while you are doing your moves. So in this game, you are going to have 9 action points that you can spend in a variety of ways. And in the beginning, 9 action points is going to feel pretty good. And by the end, you are going to be making some tough decisions. This game is played over 6 rounds. So every round you will have those 9 action points. So there's really no reason to save them round to round. You're going to start with a little bit of money, which money is not the easiest thing to come by in this game. You are going to start out with 1 sardine, and you will have 5 places that you can play cards. The first 2 places are free, so that's great. After that, it shows you it takes money to play in those spots, which is why you will need this money in the game. And once a card is placed somewhere, it's always there. So you can cover it up in the future, but if it's over here, you will pay to cover it up. So when you are playing this game, the first round, you are going to bid how many points you want to spend in order to pick the turn order for the following rounds. So the first thing that we are doing is we have all of these different cards that are going to be put out there, and they have different items on them. These are the items that we are going to be tinning up. We have 3 different options of things that we can tin. So just a plain sardine is going to be silver. Then we can tin up sardines in tomato sauce, which is red. And then we can tin up mackerel in olive oil. You cannot tin up plain mackerel. So the way that you do that is you're going to go through your cards in order. And as long as you have something left to the right of it, you can use it for this one. So if I had a card here, I could now tin this up as sardines with tomato because I have a tomato available. All of this costs action points. So this is where those decisions come in. But like I said, the first thing we are doing is we are figuring out what we want to collect. So there are going to be different cards out there, and based on player count, sometimes there's going to be 2 cards and sometimes there's only going to be 1. So if that is the case, and you'll use different amounts of cards based on player count. So for example, if this were a 4-player game, we have a lot of 2, and then 3 singles. So whoever bids the most points gets to pick first, where you can see where that's a benefit. So they would pick their cards and we would go in bidding order to pick them, and there's a way to break ties. So possibly I took I actually really like this 2 mackerel card. So we take that. All of the bidding happens. These cards will go away. And then everyone gets to place their cards into their factory. And if you have more cards, you would need to place to the side. Now, right now, these 2 mackerel aren't going to do me any good, but my hope is on my next turn, I get some olive oil, and then these will do me a lot of good. So then we tin up what we can using our action points. So in this case, I could only do just 1 little sardine, and that's fine. So everybody does that phase, and then we go to the next phase, which is where we take our goods to market. And there's always a certain number of cards out there that have different amounts on them. So you can see there's different flags on here, which that will matter for scoring at the end. And if I were first, then I could take my mackerel or my sardine that I had tinned up, and I can put it on one of these cards. And I'm going to put it here because this only costs me 1 action point. Some cost 2, some cost 3, and it gets me 1 coin. So sometimes you will get more coins if you do something that is worth more, but it may cost you more action points. Whoever finishes the card then gets to take it, and that is done for scoring. So there's that round. And then, or that phase of the round. And then we have scoring cards that will also be put out each round. And you can spend an action to put an additional card out in both the selling phase and the scoring phase. So I can choose to pay coins to take one of these scoring conditions so that I can get points at the end of the game. So here I could pay 3 coins, and for every visible tomato I have, because remember I told you you could cover some cards up, I'm going to get 4 points. So that could be really beneficial if I'm going in heavily on tomatoes. I know I have these mackerel, so I know I want to go in on olive oil. So maybe I'm going to spend my 3 coins to get points for olive oil. So we do that. And then, we do the cleanup thing. We refresh everything because there's always a set number of cards out. And then we go to round 2. We start back up to 9 actions, and then we get to bid again. And your player, like I said, walks you through each step. We get to bid again how many action points we want to spend. And if you really want to go first, then yeah, you may want to spend those points, but that's fewer points you have to spend later on in the round. So there's this tug and pull. And then it's really interesting too, the order that you put your cards in so that they can really maximize things for you. So this game is great. It's a lot of thinking ahead and planning and deciding what should I do now to benefit me later that can continue to pay off in future rounds. So I really love this one. I think I prefer this one to Cafe, but like I said, I really want to try the newest one, Oliva or Oliva. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but that is Lata. If you have played it, let me know. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.